Ladies and gentlemen, I know that we all need to get our feel of some good Souls-like games. And I got a nice little chunky little bat list of 4 insane games for Elden Ring and Soulsborne fans that are coming soon for you guys. I know you're super excited. Let's just get into this video and see what we have coming up.
My name is Hollow, and today I'm back to talk about more upcoming games. This time we're looking at some of the major Souls-likes we've seen recently, some with very high potential.
I absolutely love Souls games. I just
to the table. As far as Souls-likes often
I'm super excited. I know that we're going to have Lies of P on here. I know that's going to be on here for sure. There's already a lot of gameplay.
Different builds constantly. Or perhaps say the Surge series, which had a clever mechanic in which you could target a specific body.
Come on, I cannot wait.
It's got no armor and it's vulnerable. The standout Souls-likes usually have a strong concept.
Is this Lords of the Fallen?
Gameplay, and then also bring something new to the genre. Today we're looking at 4 upcomers, which promises exactly that. Let's start with the Lies of P. A weird name, but one that recently had its gameplay finally
love Lies of P.
At Gamescom opening night.
Visually,
this is an impressive game.
It looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, very true.
Atmosphere of this one.
If you guys have not seen any of my Lies of P videos, make sure you check it out. There'll be cards up in the top.
Yeah, I didn't think that when I first saw the game.
I know. I didn't expect it to be Pinocchio at all. At all. I did not think of it at all. But this is so cool how they it's so cool. Yes. It is so cool how they had the chance to implement, like, to take Pinocchio's story, twist, flip it, all that kind of good. I love it so much. I absolutely am so excited for Lies of P. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Easily what would appear to be a giant.
Now I do believe that this game comes out November.
Lots of references here to the plague.
8th,
I guess it was collecting parts to create us, Pinocchio, which was revealed at the end of that trailer. The simple goal of our character then, well, become human. Obviously, this is a really interesting setting for a weird.
That drip still gets me every single time. Every time.
Combat. Now our version of the story takes place in the city of Krat in the late 1800s. After a plague killed most of
tell me that's not beautiful.
With no information besides a note that stuck to us.
You spawn into this game and just are immediately immersed in this this environment, this place. It looks amazing.
Suggesting you'll need to lie to become human. So I'm very interested by this weird retelling. It sounds like there's going to be radically different results based on your choices in the game.
Right.
That sounds good, but the gameplay needs to be good for this game to be worth talking
which
about.
I 100% believe this gameplay is going to be absolutely amazing.
The style of Soulsborne, a Souls-like game. People are associating this one more with Bloodborne than anything else, likely due to the aesthetic of the city.
Now, the developers did talk about how they wanted this to be Souls-like. I mean, in the developer discussion, they specifically related to and said that they wanted it to be Souls-like, except they wanted to tell their own story and they want to have their own combat style and their own UI. I mean, and yeah, they have that. It's just Souls-like games are already like a foundation of combat. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely love it. Let's move on because we already know all the information about Lies of P.
Hope it feels good to play. That makes
it's gonna feel absolutely amazing.
Like moving on from that, then
what's our next game?
A pretty weird one. The Lords of the Fallen.
Yes, Lords of the Fallen. I love Lords of the Fallen. Look at this entire thumbnail. Oh,
it's developed by Deck 13 and CI Games, who went on to release.
Look at that huge enemy! Oh my god! I am so excited for this game.
The original Lords of the Fallen was what I would call the most generic version of a copy of a Souls game. Simplistic boss fights. Generally shallow gameplay, and particularly weird enemy placement in the levels as far as I remember. Not to mention the awful characters in its story. It's not exactly a glowing review from me, I know that, but I will say that I appreciate the attempt. The atmosphere was strong. Visually, it was impressive.
So I never got the chance to actually play Lords of the Fallen, the first one back years ago. I didn't actually get the chance to play that. And from what I am seeing of gameplay and trailers, like it's going to be Souls-like, right? But like he said, it kind of seems like a generic copy of it, to a degree where it's kind of like if you get too frustrated actually playing the actual legitimate Souls games, like if you get too frustrated, like this is kind of going to be a game that's like a step down for you to kind of be able to chew on and swallow and play a little bit more casually without being too frustrated. And the biggest thing though, the graphics look absolutely insane.
The sound design of that game was great. They had potential.
And I know the sound design is going to be absolutely amazing for this next one.
All the mistakes, which is why when they went forward with The Surge, which was a totally different and more unique concept, I was happy to see that. So now I have high hopes for this sequel, remake, reboot thing. Hopefully they can take what was a bland game and make it a bit more
actually, yes.
Originally the game released in 2014, where you would try to fight off the demon invasion in standard Souls-like gameplay. One thing I remember about the gameplay though was the weight. You were so heavy in all your actions, and the enemies were the same. It could feel pretty good when you're colliding and landing good hits,
right? But at the same time,
like you're knee deep in like a swamp.
And that's another thing. I do enjoy I want to say fast combat, but if you watch like any of my live streams or watch me play like Elden Ring or like God of War, I really appreciate my character being very like nimble, or he can maneuver very easily, get in and out of attacks very well. And so being weighed down a lot, I personally just don't enjoy it. I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of you guys who actually don't enjoy that style of combat. But I definitely think that if they can kind of change the mechanics of the character's way and the combat movement, I think it'll be also phenomenal, just up there with like Souls-like games.
Still called Lords of the Fallen, not necessarily Lords of the Fallen 2. And while it is a reboot, technically it's a sequel because this is set 1,000 years.
All right, let's see what the next game is. Oh. All right.
Upcoming Souls-like though, let's talk about Wo Long
Fallen Dynasty.
Is back again with a new game concept.
So this I've not heard of at all.
Souls-like series Neo. This one looks crazy.
And it's a series. This does look crazy. Oh shit! Holy, did he really just transform people? Did he really just? Did the zombie really just like slice him from the back?
This one looks crazy though. You got demon zombies.
He did. Holy shit!
Elixirs that transform people into monsters, and more classic Eastern myth like the serpent dragon. Although there's definitely something wrong with this one. There's a lot to take in here. The developers are well respected and know their craft. So if nothing else, we know the gameplay is going to be very fun, which we will see shortly. You play as a nameless soldier, simply fighting to survive in the Han Dynasty.
Tarnished.
Plague the Three Kingdoms though, and you'll fight both monsters and men using Chinese martial arts.
It looks like there's a lot of combat in this game.
Have some
like a lot.
I assume that's the eternal.
Now I'm not sure if it's open world, but I mean it looks like at least where we are that there's lots and lots of available combat,
that hyper fast and strong abilities,
which is fun. You don't. The downtime isn't necessarily bad,
we have had a
but
gameplay trailer which shows that very impressive combat. Super fast-paced.
This looks like God of War.
Sort of an aerial style of combat where you can control the opponent through their own weight, leaping and launching from target to target. And we saw a variety of weapons from a larger sword to dual-wielded blades.
That enemy right there looks absolutely amazing. Oh, that horse!
We can set our weapon on fire. We can strike lightning and
that horse!
Or summon allies like this literal phoenix.
Oh shit, that's fucking cool.
Of enemies so far that we've seen in the gameplay. Be they
monster, a lot of these monsters and summons are absolutely amazing. Very good design.
I like the look of this gameplay though.
Wo Long. I need to check Wo Long out.
It's heavily inspired by real actual martial art, but enhanced by the ridiculousness of your speed.
It looks like a little bit of extra like advanced movement, which is awesome. I mean, that's great.
At the upcoming Tokyo Game Show, so we'll see what people make of that. Its release is planned early 2023.
Okay.
We won't have overly long to wait on this, and I really appreciate that.
We'll be all right. We have a couple games in between then and now.
Sparse beyond that, we do have some details from this tweet saying that we're going to have character creator. The gameplay is going to be very challenging, much like their
morale system.
It's going to use a new morale system, so maybe that means impactful choices on the story.
Okay.
And the weapons are all tied to
weapons, famous warlords from the Kingdom, creatures, sorcery, online. Okay, good. Gameplay trial in the near future. Okay, turn up. Let's see what the last game is that he has on the list.
Bit quiet with some reveals here and there. We had 3 more trailers. The first one was back in the original area, but then the second was in this different desert style section. A third was up in the snowy mountaintops, and the fourth is back in that similar original area, but things are a bit different. The UI seems to have come a long way. Now we can see 4 special abilities equipped at once on the right. We seem to have 3 stances to swap between. Did I energy bar at the bottom left, and also tools or consumables to swap between. This new gameplay leads into a new section against another dragon type. This one's a bit smaller and on all fours compared to Fuse. That was
I did pass it.
Variety. I found with an indie developer like this, where they're able to show this many fun and interesting ideas, not only really exciting, but I think that screams passion and a lot of innovation. I just hope that they're able to achieve what they're planning here, because it seems pretty big. Excitement was high for this game originally for its first trailer back on IGN.
That looks fucking absolutely amazing.
That was revealed
Black Myth
back in 2020. Since then, though, things have been a bit quiet with some reveals here and there. We had 3 more trailers. The first one was
that a big ass baby.
The second was in this different.
Oh my god! What the
section.
fuck?
A third was up in the snowy.
Oh my
tops.
god! Look at those
is back in that
enemies.
similar original area, but things are a bit different. The UI seems to have come a long way. Now we can see 4 special abilities equipped at once on the right. We seem to have 3 stances to swap between.
Nice little UI, yeah.
An energy bar at the bottom left, and also tools or consumables to swap between. This new
game. Fuck this bitch up. Fuck him up. Get him. Get him. Get him.
The dragon type.
Oh,
this one's a
I want
bit
to see
smaller
it.
and on all fours compared to the big white one. This fight and area is a lot darker and gritty by comparison. We see some magic abilities in this boss fight though. The player able to use the time stop on the enemy holding in place.
That's awesome. This enemy also looks really cool. Like different kind of not necessarily so vibrantly like
unlike
colorful.
The other trailers though, this ends in defeat. The player leaps up to set the staff on fire for a cool finishing blow, and then gets interrupted and just defeated. I like this. This shows more visual and atmospheric range compared to the other trailers. This looks like more of a realistic way the gameplay will pan out. Compared to the earlier trailers where it was all conceptual.
Right, exactly.
What we know is that it's planned to come to current gen, so
this does look really freaking good.
PS5, PC, and they originally claimed that it will only release when it's good and ready, when they're satisfied.
That's good.
But in interviews, they have said they hope for 2023 as a release year. But from what I've heard between rumors and interviews, the game again is a massive undertaking for a small studio. While it has a lot of potential, they've got a lot to do to fulfill promises they've made. I think 2023 is a bold and maybe overly hopeful timeline.
Yeah, take it. Yeah, go ahead and take your time on that's one thing I really encourage development studios to do is all the time is to take your time on making these games. Like please, there is no rush. There's always video games out there to play. There's always a new, smaller one that we can kind of chew on for a little while. And that's okay. I don't actually mind them actually having, a few years to work on the video games. I don't actually mind it. And I hope that they understand that because we do want our development studios to make absolutely phenomenal games from the beginning to the end and have planned DLC. If they have DLC that blows our socks off, we want that kind of thing, so whether you're a small development studio or a large development studio, take the time that you actually need. But ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy these kind of reactions or these kind of developer discussions where we kind of talk about a lot of different things with gaming, all things gaming news, you are in the right place. Make sure you check out this video here because we got the chance to talk about Rainbow Six coming to mobile. You won't want to miss out on the details that we get from this. Make sure you check out this video and have a beautiful goddamn day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.